My best friend ruined my hair before prom, so I returned the favor at her graduation. So I'm sitting in Casey's basement getting my hair done for prom, and this girl has been doing my hair since middle school. I trusted her completely. She knew I had been dreaming about this perfect updo for months. I even brought magazine pictures and we practiced it twice. But something felt weird that day. Casey kept making these little comments like, "Oh, this section isn't working," and "Maybe we should try something different." I was facing away from the mirror, trusting her like always. After 2 hours, she finally turned me around. My hair looked like I stuck my finger in an electrical socket. It was all choppy and uneven, with these weird crimped sections that made no sense. The curls were going in different directions and there was so much hairspray it felt like a helmet. I looked like I was about to audition for an 80s music video. I asked what happened and Casey just shrugged and said, "Sometimes hair doesn't cooperate," but I saw her smirking in the mirror behind me. That's when I noticed my boyfriend Jake's corsage sitting on her dresser, the one that matched her dress perfectly. Turns out Casey had been planning to ask Jake to prom for weeks. She figured if I looked terrible, he'd notice her instead. She actually thought I'd be so embarrassed that I'd skip prom entirely. The whole thing was planned out. I didn't say anything that night. I went to prom with my disaster hair and watched Casey dance with Jake all night. She kept giving me these fake sympathetic looks like, "Oh honey, maybe next time use a professional." But Jake barely looked at her. He spent most of the night talking to other people. 3 months later was Casey's graduation party. Her whole family was there, plus all her friends and some guy she'd been dating. She was so excited because she finally got accepted to the college she wanted. She asked me to help her get ready since her mom was busy with party planning. Casey wanted these perfect beach waves for her graduation photos. She had this expensive curling iron her aunt bought her, and she was so worried about doing it wrong. She begged me to help since I was so good with hair. I started working on her hair, sectioning it carefully. But instead of the heat protectant spray, I grabbed her extra hold mousse. Then I cranked the curling iron up to the highest setting, way higher than her fine hair could handle. I wrapped each section around the iron and held it there way too long. Like way too long. The smell was terrible, but I told her it was just the new product. Casey was texting and not paying attention, completely trusting me. When I was done, her hair looked decent from the front, but when she turned around, the back was fried, like genuinely damaged. The ends were crispy and breaking off in my hands. There were these weird patches where the hair was just gone. Casey finally looked in the mirror and screamed. Her hair was ruined 3 hours before her graduation party. She started crying and asking what went wrong. I told her sometimes hair just doesn't cooperate, using her exact words from prom night. She had to cut off 6 inches that day. Her mom's friend, who's a hairdresser, came over and tried to fix it, but Casey ended up with this choppy bob that was way shorter than she wanted. She looked terrible in all her graduation photos. The best part was watching her try to explain to everyone why her hair looked so bad. She couldn't exactly tell people that I ruined it on purpose without admitting what she did to me, so she just had to smile and pretend everything was fine while looking awful in front of her entire family. Jake ended up asking me out 2 weeks later. Apparently he always thought I was cute, but assumed I wasn't interested since I hung out with Casey so much. We've been together for 8 months now, and Casey still hasn't grown her hair back to the length she wants. She also never offered to fix my prom hair or apologize for sabotaging me.